G'day viewers, I scored myself a nice vacuum pump for Christmas. A Veva. It's a 10 or 12 CFM unit. Got the biggest one I could get for a good fair price. The small ones just take too long, so I got the biggest one I could get. 10 CFM, although it was advertised as 12 CFM. Came with no oil in it. Had to fill it up with oil, so it's all done. Works quite well. And I've been needing that for because it's a lot faster than using the fridge compressor to pull down things. And I got this little DC compressor bit from an XTM Outback fridge, which came from a scrapper mate of mine. Came from I think it was BCF or something. It was a warranty return, and they sabotaged it deliberately so it couldn't be resold. So it had to be done that for scrap purposes only. The compressor and condenser are absolutely fine, and the electronics that run the compressor and the power supply are all fine. Everything else is sabotaged. So that works. I've jumpered some wires to the negative here on the control board. Jumpered these two here, green and yellow. You short that to negative, and this compressor came straight off a battery. It ran. It pumped. It was doing all sorts of nice things. It set it nicely. It's got oil in it. It's clean. I've got it vacuumed and purged a bit of R134A in there to store it. It's a Huawei, which is they're using Hisense and higher fridges and some models of these yeah, cheap Chinese shit. Huawei compressor, Jingzhou Co Limited. 12 or 24 volt, model number is DL22H. It's just a knockoff of a German BD35 Danfoss. They've taken the die that punches the shell and stolen it and say it's and call it theirs. They also make these. That's a Danfu. That's a Huawei. That's a 240 volt Huawei. But that was yeah, I've already gutted that. Pretty much standard size now. So I've got all that. All the electronics work. There, all got to go. I'm going to integrate those, and now I'm going to go on this little Fisher and Paykel, because I want this converted to run off 12 volts, little bar fridge. So I'll do a 12 volt conversion on this thing. This will be a good 12 volt off-grid fridge. And this compressor here is going to go on the Thai-made higher fridge I picked up ages ago. Which that compressor's gone to earth, and that compressor will be a donor compressor to get that fridge going, because it's still cosmetically brand new. I'll just fix it up and sell it, get some money for it. I'm also in the process of building the Franken fridge. I've got the Kelvinator compressor here, which I've picked up, come from an inbuilt setup. I think I've videoed this before. I've drained the oil out, that's all in here. There's about 500 ml of oil in there, and it smells absolutely beautiful. That vintage electric motor smell. Lovely. That's got about 500 ml of new fresh oil in it. I've Sun ISO 4GS VG56. I use that oil. I've picked up this coil from a scrapper. You kind of scrapped the fridge, it was too good to be scrapped, but oh well. This is a good condenser coil I got out of it. He gave this to me, so I'm going to rig this up as an evaporator. It's actually some sort of enamel coating or something. It's quality stuff. It's pretty heavy. It's all steel, so it's not meant to be broken. This coating is actually real nice, very durable, and it's I don't see it rusting anytime soon. Let's just put it that way. I'll see how it works as an evaporator. I'll turn it into an evaporator coil. I'm going to rig this all back up, clean it all out, put it back on this compressor, set this up on a little trolley frame, and use this as an evaporator. I'll have that as a return line, and I'll rig up a capillary to go in here, and have it so it gets cool. I'll try and design a little a sub cooler so I can get the maximum cooling efficiency. This would be a good something to put a fan behind. Have it as an evaporator, 4-star evaporator for a little Franken fridge you're going to build, or maybe an air conditioner. I'll have this on a thing, have this outside, the little container enclosed space outside with a fan. This will be inside a sealed box with a fan and make an air conditioner. It's a homemade splitty. I've always wanted to build something like that. I've got some excess pipe work from work. We're doing putting in some air conditioners. There's just some excess piping. So this is the offcuts of the high pressure side of the pipe line set. I've kept some good bits and I've attached them and brazed them. I'm ready to go. This will be a nice Franken fridge, and this is the actual condenser to that XTM car fridge. My idea with this condenser, because it's a 12 volt compressor, they tend to get a bit hot. They don't like getting too hot 12 volt compressors, they die too easily. I'm going to integrate this. I'm going to mount it in here. So that is part of this condenser. And plumb that into it. So output of the compressor will go in there, out of here, into the fridge's inbuilt condenser with that fan to assist the cooling of the compressor and increase its efficiency. I've got the plate which I'm going to take off the scrap XTM car fridge because it's got the footprint mount for the new 12 volt compressor that's going to go in here. It's a 2008 Panasonic Singapore made compressor. That'd be a great donor for that higher fridge I got over I picked up. So I'll put that in here like that. The 12 volt compressor. The fan, I think it pushes that way. So if it blows that way, it pushes away from the compressor. So it'll blow it hot that way. It's probably going to go this way though. The way the pipe's going to allow. So it'll probably blow it hot towards the compressor. Which if it's got ventilation it should cool pretty well anyway. So this hasn't been damaged, it's been pinched off, so I'm going to integrate this into a household bar fridge. And the wires of the fan are in here somewhere. I'm going to try and get this working too, so you have this 240 volt option. So it'll still be a 240 volt fridge, but it'll be a 12 volt as well. Which is a pretty cool feature to have. It'd be a pretty good conversion because you can get fridges already made like that from China with that option, but they're pretty expensive. I've also got not one, but picked up another Zip hydro tap unit from the council. Just throwing them in the bin, in the scrap metal bin. These have got German-made Danfoss compressors in them. So I haven't made something one of these yet. This one kept bugging up a lot. I'm going to try and find what's wrong with what. Probably the hot elements are probably gone on the hot water side. I know they're not cheap. They're about $500 for a little element that goes in the boilers of these units. The last time I replaced one was a wall mounted and a hot boiling only. $500 just for the element. So we'll try and make one good one out of two of them. Have one of these inside the house. I'll probably tell them whichever one they get the hot water, and probably make it'll still be a chiller, but we'll see if I can make something else out of it. Maybe take the water chiller out and plumb in I'll get an evaporator, air conditioner evaporator coil, something like this for an indoor mounted unit or something for a small splitty. Have it like that and turn it to an air conditioner. I won't have a reverse cycle though. It'll just be cooling only. So you have this as your compressor unit, condenser, mounted outside, and pipe work will come out for the indoor mounted unit, cooling only. I've started cutting up this Gone Earth Panasonic compressor. It's upside down. This is actually supposed to be on the bottom. As you can see, how small that piston is in this modern Chinese one. That's a small piston. You can see this one has a bigger piston. Much more displacement, and the bearing's separate in here. It's kind of cool. Aluminium, I think it's aluminium actually. The got some plastic in there. Had a spring on here which popped onto the little manifold there. It's all upside down now. That's a pickup for the oil. These ones, so you got to be careful how much oil you're putting in them. These do slug easily. Good quality stuff. It's been balanced. There's a balancing in there as well. So pretty cool. Put weights in there to balance it. I've actually got another one of those, which has also Gone to Earth. No, it's in the freezer at the front. We're going to take it out of that for scrap. I'll take the motors out, give them to me mate scrapper. I'm going to try and couple these. I'm not sure I'm going to couple them together. I would like to couple both the Panasonic compressors together. Have one on each end of a 12 volt motor. Have it portable, so you got a good high performance air compressor. So this will be top dead centre, but the piston on the other side will be at the bottom. That's my idea anyway, to make a portable, heavy duty 12 volt portable air compressor. It's actually very well made. You can use a PTFE lubricant to lubricate this. Very well made unit. Great for air compressor use. Better than those 12 volt figured 4-wheel drive air compressors. This is a lot more strongly built, capable of higher pressure. It lasts a lot longer and it will actually be quieter in a way. And the other one's probably over here somewhere. Yeah. Here we go. That's probably what's in the that came out of this one. I've already scrapped the copper out of it. That's probably what's in here. To some extent. Very small. And this would be permanent magnet based for DC, for BLDC. As cheap as you can get from China. Anyway. I've also got another compressor I cut open, which I did a cashy for a Frigi mate for another bloke that I knew, replaced an air conditioning compressor from a big floor ducted unit for his house. And that's the mech from it, it's a Tecumseh compressor, a big 3-cylinder. It's amazing what POE oil does with about a day or two in the rain. September 8th, 1999, it suffered a power surge and blew the winding out in the motor. It's a 3-cylinder. It's kind of heavy, that. And the rest of it's over here, this shell. That's half the shell. There's a motor that went bang. And she blew out alright. Look at that. Huh. I think that's aluminium windings. Actually, it might be aluminium. I think it is. Yeah, it feels like aluminium. Well, there you go, aluminium windings. Yep, that's the body of the compressor. I snapped the springs off trying to get it out. That wasn't from service, they just snapped off when I got this thing out of the shell. There's the top of it. About 50 kilos all up this thing. Made in the USA. 1999, polyester oil, 3-phase motor, yeah, made in America. The one that replaced it was exactly the same. He bought the exact same replacement like for like replacement compressor. He got it shipped to him cheap, straight from America. So we installed that, and his 1999 Mexican-made carrier unit's working once again. It's quite a nice old unit. It's not a heap of crap by any means. It's actually air floor ducted, which is not very common. And ended up putting R22 back in it, which is what it originally had. There's your little suction, your discharge. There's a blow-off valve in there in case something happens. It releases pressure back in within the case of itself. I do like the Tecumseh compressors. They're all serviceable like engines. You can take them apart like that, and separate parts with con rods and everything. That'll make a nice air compressor. I might put it on the Honda motor. That'd be kind of cool. Anyway, busy as usual. Thanks for watching.